The evening will begin with Mr. Gabriel Roberts. You can hear him often on the podcast that he promotes called Painting Pictures with Gabriel Roberts. Tonight, for your enjoyment, comedy from Gabriel Roberts.
Thank you, Brody. Thanks for braving the elements, everybody.
Woo!
Quite a storm out there. California, this would be a severe storm warning. It rained for 3 days this winter, and it was all over the headlines. It was the storm of the century. It's kind of a sad state of affairs. So I'm supposed to come up here and do some comedy, talk about art, get you guys kind of settled in and comfortable, and really ready to hear some really good music. But I see it a little differently. I think what I want to do is just get up here and talk about myself for as long as I can, until Kai is forced to drag me off the stage. And then by the time he gets up here and starts playing music, you guys are going to have forgotten entirely about the idea of a concert. Be like, what is this guy doing with his banjo? It's not very funny. It's Saturday evening in Paonia. Have you ordered your bagels yet? It only takes not getting bagels once to make you always order your bagels ahead of time from the Flying Fork. It's really disappointing. From the Flying Fork. That's old material. I'm not going to go back that far. Everything Bagels. Just a brief note about Everything Bagels. I think they're specifically designed, well, the whole experience, bagels, cream cheese, coffee, Sunday morning, I think it's designed to give you a very startling moment when you've been up for a few hours, it's getting towards noon, you've had maybe 3 or 4 bagels, a couple cups of coffee, maybe smoked something, and you've been hanging out with friends, and you look in the mirror for the first time that day, and your hair is totally disheveled. Well, this is for me. My glasses are totally smudged with just, I guess, goop from my eyelashes. And then I smile and I see there's seeds in between all of my teeth. And then whatever else bagels, it's like just dough. I think it's just like whiteness in between your teeth. And of course, you smell like coffee. And it's just a little bit of a wake-up call, you just kind of were cruising along, having a great Sunday, and then, whoa, things get real. Let me try to get this microphone off here. All right, so I'm going to talk about art. I'm an artist. Applause. I'm pursuing my passion, guys. It takes a lot of courage to be an artist. I want to give you just 4 words to never say to an artist. If you have any artist friends, don't say, "You should paint that." I've gotten that before from friends. I'll be walking along, hanging out, and suddenly there'll be a beautiful sunset, and they'll say, "Hey, Gabe, you should paint that." And it's like if you were a baker. And anytime anybody had some good bread or had an idea about bread, they came up to you and were like, "Hey, you're a baker. You should bake that." And I feel like telling them, you should paint that. But people are eager to distance themselves from art. They're like, "Oh, I'm not an artist. I can't even draw a stick figure." How did that become an expression? I can't even draw a stick figure. Really? Really? You can't draw a stick figure? Here's a piece of paper. I'll walk you through it. You got a minute? Let's do this. Here's the head. Starting to look like a stick figure. There's the body. But no, nobody wants to say that they're an artist. It's like they just want to distance themselves from that. And no one wants to say they know anything about art either, because they want to leave that. That's up to the academics determining what's great art and what's not great art. And it's just a little too complex, and nobody relies on their own taste. I don't think they know what great art is, or even good art. Because great art was something, I think happened in like 1930, like in Paris. I think for a while they were making great art, and as far as I know, that was the end of it. So we know it's like Picasso, it's great art. Van Gogh, everybody loves Van Gogh, right? Great art. But nowadays, no one's making great art anymore. Come on. You know, you're not Picasso. Come on, there's no more Picassos around. But when I tell people I'm an artist, people they get pretty excited, you know, because I'm like an actual artist. I'm a painter. When I say I'm an artist, like, oh, what kind of artist you are? And I know they're like hoping that I say, oh, I'm a painter, and they're like, oh, wow. And I can tell they're hoping that I don't like paint weird abstract paintings, or like I'm not exploring like some abstract concept about society. And I say, oh no, I'm a landscape painter. They go, really? Oh, that's great. You know, they're relieved because I don't want to deal with stuff that they can't understand, right? And I don't blame them, honestly. But then they'll tell me about anybody they know that's an artist. They'll be like, oh, you know, I got a cousin. I got a cousin down in Florida. He's an artist too. Yeah, Chuck Baker. Do you know him? Do you know Chuck Baker? I go, no, I don't. Oh, you guys should connect. I should connect you guys. I'll get you Chuck's info. Yeah, he does these great paintings, you know, and he sells them online. Have you ever tried selling your paintings online? And it's like this assumption that because I'm an artist, I'm looking for ideas of what to paint, and I'm looking for how to sell my painting. And boy, it's a good thing you came along to give me a little bit of advice, because I was out. I didn't know what to paint. I had no idea how to sell paintings. And it's like you're a charity case. It's like you're a charity case. And we've lost the idea of art as something that's actually worth buying. Something that you would actually pay money for, not just to like be nice to the poor, starving artists, of which there are plenty, and they will, you know, drastically cut prices for you. But no one has this idea of like that there's actual value to a painting. If you buy a painting and you put it on your wall, it actually does something for you. And so instead they just buy anything that relates to whatever they like trees or pugs or dogs or something like that. That's a suggestion I've gotten. Like, oh, you could just draw pictures of dogs, you know. You know, if you draw a picture of a pug, you know, everyone that's got a pug is going to want that. And they'll buy it. They'll buy it for you. $25. $25. Or another idea is to have like an open studio, right? I did one of these before in Oakland, California. An open studio. And it's where art lovers and artists connect, you know. And the art lovers can see the backside of art, you know, see the painters in action, see the inside scoop. And you sign up, you pay $40, you get in the little map, and these people, you know, wander around all day with their little map of their studios, and they go visit studios and hang up all your paintings, you know, get all your paintings up on the wall, put prices up, you know. How are you going to sell it if you don't put a price up there, right? Get a price up there, get your mailing list ready, you know, name, email address, feedback, what do you like about my work? And then people come in and you sit there by your paintings, like just ready to sell paintings, a good artist. And they come in and they're kind of say, hey, they're kind of careful not to make too much eye contact because they don't really want to like connect with you. Like, this is their afternoon entertainment here, okay? And it's been a long afternoon already. So they kind of walk around your studio, look at the walls, but they don't want to look at any painting for too long, you know, because then the artist will come up to them and say, oh, you like that one? You like that painting? Oh, yeah, I'll sell it to you. How much? $45, what do you say? And they're like, whoa. You know, I'm just here, you know, I'm just looking. No questions. And then maybe they'll see something, you know, like a picture of a pug, and they're like, oh, hey, Sal, did you see a picture of a pug? Yeah, it's pretty funny. You know, Charlie has a pug. We could get it for Charlie? What do you say? And then the artist's like, oh, thank you. You bought a painting for me. And it's a life-changing event, you know, selling a painting for $45. I'm a little bit cynical about this. I guess you can tell. But there's also, there's another side to it, which is people legitimately want to support artists. And that's what you all are doing here tonight. Here to support Kai and Melanie. They're about to go on this tour. I just want to let you know that all the funds for their Kickstarter, they say that they're allowing them to play free shows at women's shelters and teen centers. That's just a line. Okay, the money just goes to their swanky hotel rooms, bottles of champagne. These guys are smooth operators. There's another kind of art though. So as an artist, you just promote it to sell. Lower your prices, find what will sell, make that. Paint paintings of trees, mountains and trees. People like mountains and trees, sunsets. Some good sunset paintings. Or take commissions. People are like, oh, you're an artist. Can I commission you for something? I feel like saying no. No, you can't. I have all these paintings. If you like one, they're for sale. But no, as an artist, you gotta take commissions. They'll send you a photograph that they took of a sunset in Hawaii. A really special moment they had on their first anniversary, and you can make a painting of it. And and that'll be something that'll hang on their wall. But it's not really a painting. It's just like a painting from a photograph, and it's this thing that they already know what it is. It's like you already know what it is, and it only does something for you the first time that you look at it, and then past that, it's just like that painting of the beach, or the tree, or whatever it is, and you never look at it again. If you don't get it in the first 5 minutes, or 5 seconds, then people generally aren't interested in buying it. But then there's another kind of art. There's another kind of art that's being made these days, and this is the expensive art. Okay, this is if you got some money to throw around, right? And you got some nice big walls, maybe like a loft space like this with some exposed brick. You need some nice big paintings for it. And you want to spend at least $25,000, right? Because anything less than that, it's not worth much. So you go down to a gallery, go down to New York City, go into a place like the Larry Gagosian Gallery. Yes, and you buy a couple paintings from Gagosian for $50,000, not because you like them, okay? It's not because you like it. That's not why you're buying it, okay? This is a $25,000 painting we're talking about here. You're not supposed to like it. You get it because it's made by a young, deeply disturbed artist who's dealing with some gender issues, all right? That's why you're buying this painting. And so you're getting it so that you can tell the story. Like, oh yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah, I got that painting. It was, I got it at Gagosian Gallery. Yeah. Oh, have you heard of Larry Gagosian? Yeah, I believe he has galleries in New York City, Paris, London, and Tokyo. I got this in New York City. It's by Max Unger. He's an up-and-coming artist. Yeah, he's biracial, transgender, and he's this painting, or this oeuvre, is exploring the temporal relationship between postmodern society and gender issues through the minutiae of the artist's own very deeply personal, sentimental memories. It was quite expensive. It was quite expensive. And it's a joke. You can make these paintings of dolls with their heads getting chopped off, and nice dark colors, and you can sell them for $25,000, and people will buy them. It's the same thing. They're not getting anything out of them. It's like art as just a status thing. And it's a funny thing. No one listens to music or pretends to like music. I guess people do, but do you pretend to like music because it makes you cool?
Yes.
might. But you wouldn't listen to it by yourself. Well, maybe you would. Like, I gotta learn how to like this. This is what's cool right now. Just listen to it long enough. Maybe it'll come around. Well, I'm trying to make my way in the art game, and I'm trying not to accept commissions, first of all. So I'm sorry, no commissions at this point. And I'm trying to make paintings that take a lot of work and a lot of effort. And I think that it's possible to make great paintings. And I think that there probably are great paintings being made these days. And it's also possible to appreciate a great painting, I think. I think that it's all about what it does for you and how it makes you feel. Like, nobody bought Picasso's when Picasso was painting because, it's a Picasso. They bought it because it was a wild painting that blew their mind. And they had to have it. And nobody told Picasso that, have you ever tried, painting pugs? Or, hey, Pablo, if I send you a picture of my Jack Russell, can you paint it for me? Picasso would say, pues no, tío, que no te voy a pintar tu puto perro. Yo soy artista, ¿sabes? Yo soy el mejor del mundo. He'd shoo him off. And he really believed that. He believed that he could be the greatest artist ever. No one believes that anymore. It's like, how do you even figure that out, right? No, who even determines that? It's like, who's making the most money? I don't know. But the point, Junior, is that we can determine and understand for ourselves what is great art. And all it takes is to just look at a piece of art for a few seconds, a couple minutes even, and see if anything starts happening the longer you look at it. If you look at it and nothing occurs to you, you don't see anything new after looking at it for a minute, it's crap. I mean that totally seriously. And I think it's very important that we start calling crap paintings crap paintings. It's like one of those things that you just, it's like universally revered, like Orvis Hot Springs. It's like, Orvis. Oh, you've been to Orvis? That's great. Love Orvis. Do you guys want to go to Orvis later? They went to Orvis. Oh, you haven't been to Orvis? It's really nice. I personally, I get to Orvis, I get in the big pool, and in 5 minutes I'm hot, my fingers are turning into prunes. What else? What else is there here? If it weren't for the sauna, I wouldn't go to that place. Orvis Hot Springs, marriage, you can't, that's universally, woo, good for you. Childbirth especially, you gotta be excited about that. And if somebody takes an 18 by 24 painting and spends an hour painting a tree on it, you're expected to say, oh, that's great. Good job. It's really nice. I'm all about supporting artists. But you gotta call a crap painting a crap painting. Especially if someone pays $150 for it and hangs it on their wall for 30 years. 30 years! Paintings will be sitting on walls. Well, I spent $150 on it, and I probably spent $300 on a frame. So, what am I going to do? It's there. It's taking up space. But seriously, great paintings will hold your attention. And they will stimulate some sort of an emotional reaction, some sort of a thought process. And maybe they are dark, maybe they are disturbing. But we all can figure out what great paintings are. You don't need a degree of any sort. And I think that the more people can rely on their own sense of taste, that's really exciting. Think of all the money that gets spent on crap paintings and crap art. And that doesn't help the artist one bit. You're not supporting art, you're supporting crap art. If everybody really relied on their own taste and purchase paintings that did something for them. Matisse said that he wanted his paintings to be a resting place for the working man. After a long day of work, I mean, how hard do they work in France, right? But long day of work, they could come home and they could look at their painting and they could feel a sense of peace and calm. And I love that idea. I think that's revolutionary in art. Like the idea that a painting is actually something that is worth buying and that does something for you and gives something to you. Every day that you look at it, you find something new. So, you know, I'm gonna try to make some good paintings, I guess. And I'm just gonna put as much time as I can into them, and dedication. You know, like follow through. Like don't stop when you're like, it's good enough. I got the tree. I'll just get the ground real quick and then move on. That won't hold anybody's attention, do anything for anybody. So that's my rant about painting. I'm going to try to tie this back to Kai Bird real quick.
I think you should paint Kai Bird.
Hey!
I'll commission you.
Great. Let's do it. I have a business card. Hold on. Actually. Well, Kai Bird's not a tall guy, just like me. Yeah. He has kind of reddish hair, like me. I actually kind of thought that maybe I would go up as Kai Bird to open, but I couldn't find one of those little messenger caps, and that was the missing ingredient. Anyway, I was really excited when Kai asked me to do this. I just walked up and I licked him on the ear. I said, and Kai was like, "So, does that mean you want to do it?" And I was like, yeah, I just want to do it. And I tried to lick him on the ear again, and he got away. But he's going to play some music. Melanie is going to play some music for you guys. And I'm really excited. They are going on this tour, and they are really putting themselves out there. And so let's give them a good start here in Paonia with some good listening. Get your listening ears. I'm really reluctant to leave the stage. I don't know if you can tell. I feel like I'm just getting comfortable. If you're wondering what I'm drinking here, it's a non-alcoholic beverage. It is apple cider vinegar. Someone start clapping. That would work. That would get me off the stage. Stop laughing. I am going to tell you about this drink. It's 1 part apple cider vinegar. Well, just a little bit apple cider vinegar. Stuff is intense. Some lemon and some honey and some hot water, and it just gives you a little kick. Not a coffee substitute, I'm sorry to say. It's something that'll make you feel better about drinking coffee afterwards. So that's good. All right, you guys have been great. Thank you very much. I'll hand it over to the old man there in the bow tie.